Good morning. My name is Laci Patty, and I'm here to advocate for the Dayton High School Library Program. We have issues with funding, staffing, and the use of the library. I am here to say that the library needs to be at the heart of the schools. We need to remedy these issues in order to grow a strong library program. Why, you ask, do we need a strong library program? There are several reasons. Before we get to these reasons, I want you to know the who. Who do we service at Dayton High School? Our demographics are as follows: females, 275, males, 781, Hispanic Latino, 698, American Indian, 9, Asian, 7, 0 Pacific Islanders, 94 African Americans, 659 white, and 39 of two or more races. We also have a Title I title. We are 67.99% economically disadvantaged, which does play a major toll on our populations. We have 105 ESL, 232 LEP, 68 GT, and 183 SPED in the district. The biggest factor in our area is we are a Title I district. You heard that we are almost 68% economically disadvantaged. This means that there's a gap in digital equity. Some of our students are without devices and internet access at home. This means that the library is their main source of access when at school. The high school library also sees about 100 patrons per day. Our resource checkouts to date is 3,931, which is half of what is normally the checkout number at this point in the year. COVID policies and procedures has affected the use of the library. Once things get back to normal, we are certain that we will see a vast influx of student use. Our library does have a vast, diverse collection. We do lack ebooks, and our collection is fairly dated due to funding issues, but we make sure that we allow representation in our collection. This allows for a fluid, nurturing, safe, and supportive environment. We see that students feel comfortable enough in this area that they come in before school, during lunch, and after school. They meet new people and take advantage of our maker spaces. We, of course, can always look for improvement. That is where our advocacy plan comes into play. Before we get into the advocacy plan, let's look at what our library can do for our school. First, I would like to point out that strong school libraries build strong students. According to the American Association for School Librarians, 21 state studies, spearheaded in an effort from one of the biggest librarian advocates, Keith Curry Lance, confirms that school librarians support student achievement. We have seen with state impact studies that state standardized test scores increase when there is a full-time certified librarian on staff. Librarians' jobs go beyond that of just checking books in and out now. We have to prepare students for the challenges of the 21st century as new resources and technology become available. According to Bill Kulifer, Web Professionals Executive Director of the WhyItNow.org initiative, says that information retrieval and evaluation is a lifelong skill that all workforce students need, and school librarians provide that instruction. According to research by Merga in 2020, the way librarians help students in their learning is by teaching them to develop skills needed to research using databases, processing the information, creating their own thoughts, and then using critical thinking skills to apply the information and thoughts they have. Using the library for learning promotes student-centered learning and a whole child approach. We foster development beyond knowledge. The school is now responsible for teaching citizenship and developing the social, emotional, physical, and mental side of children. Besides helping students learn, the library environment and culture is also important. I spoke already about how we have a diverse collection. This is important because Rudine Bishop Sims speaks of mirrors, windows, and sliding glass doors. She basically states that the reflection of self in literature is important to the development of children. It started with children of color being represented, but it extends to all people. We need literature to show all walks of life, not limited to those of African American, Latinos, Hispanics, and other races and ethnicities. but we also need to include those of the LGBTQ plus community and those with disabilities. Seeing yourself reflected in literature helps develop a sense of belonging and helps develop self worth and esteem. It is important for students to see others' perspectives so that we can build a sense of acceptance, respect, tolerance, and empathy for others. Different races, cultures, and beliefs make individuals unique in who they are. We want everyone to be celebrated and accepted. Another job the librarian has beyond the scope of helping students learn is by being a leader. Leadership requires school librarians to exhibit instructional, administrative, and professional leadership through strong evidence based instructional practices, implementation of library initiatives, and creation of partnerships, and sharing their expertise with the school district, national, and global colleagues. The American Association of School Librarians, also known as the AASL, also describes leadership as an essential role of school librarians, stating that as information literacy and technology skills become central to learning, the school librarian must lead the way in building 21st century skills throughout the school environment. Because of the fact that we are technology leaders, it is our job to provide professional development to teachers, to provide them an opportunity to learn about the new apps, programs, and online resources, and teach them how to use them to enhance their current curriculum. Because of our leadership skills, we need to make sure that we have an open relationship with our administrators and work with our administrators to make sure that the librarian is part of the leadership team, especially if we plan on making the library the heart of the school. The librarian can also help teachers. We can provide the professional development, as stated before, for our teachers. But more importantly, we want to collaborate with our teachers to make their lives easier and to enhance their curriculum by working together to create projects, research assignments, and assessments. We are a resource that can be utilized to help our students ensure academic achievement and success. Two minds are definitely better than one. The only issue we have at this time is the willingness to work together and timing. Only 30% of the faculty at DHS works with and utilizes the library. I would like for an improvement in this number. Within ELA, the English Language Arts, a research is a teach that begins in kindergarten, and every year the complexity builds. This is a skill that a librarian should be in cahoots with the ELA teachers. Other subjects have research skills needed, and this is where the librarian can help each of you. Now I'm going to show you a chatter pix I made. Teachers, make sure that you utilize the librarians as a resource. You already have so much on your plate, and so we are here to make your life easier and to help with student success. We're more than willing to collaborate with you to create ideas and projects and do whatever we can to make your life easier while we're helping students. All right. Beyond the school, it is advantageous to have the school library collaborate with the public library in order to contribute to the community. This was found by Moreland and Kamer in 2020. We want the entire community to find importance in the library, especially while the pandemic is occurring and school libraries may be closed at times. One of my goals is to allow parents to access the school library and then through their partnership with the public library, provide them with more resources to encourage reading with their children in order to develop a love of reading. It is important for the librarian to belong to professional library organizations for ideas and current information. I plan on joining at least two in order to stay knowledgeable about everything related to the library. It can be also helpful to reach out and network with other librarians in your district and nearby districts, because you can always learn from others. Another reason the library is important is because of changing technology. The National Board for Professional Teaching Standards says that the integration of technologies provides an expectation that school librarians create library media centers that are the hub of their school community with technology enhanced spaces that enable students to use emerging technology in their learning. The umbrella of the librarian job has grown to include technology. Due to this advance, it is imperative that the librarian be aware and knowledgeable on how to keep teachers and students abreast of the 21st century learning using this new technology. So these are all of the reasons that the library is important. So what is my plan of action? Well, let me start with my vision statement. We seek to empower students to be critical thinkers, collaborators, and lifelong learners by utilizing various resources and developing an appreciation for literacy, while also providing an inclusive and nurturing environment. My advocacy plan is I want students, teachers, and parents to utilize the library more throughout the year in order to increase student success in academics as well as promote the love of reading. Some specifics of what I would like to do is I want to develop students into well-rounded, knowledgeable individuals at the library so they can become productive, tolerant, and inclusive members of society. It is important to help students find joy in reading by utilizing their likes and interests. I want to teach students to use all the resources at their disposal in a responsible way and how to weed out all the misleading and biased information. I also want to help teachers by using collaboration and provide assistance with technology and provide professional development. I also would like to start a program where parents can access the databases, ebooks, and books to get their children involved in reading outside of school. This is my plan, and I hope that we can make this happen. I do intend on collecting data monthly and yearly so we can assess if this plan is working and so we can come back and make adjustments as needed. I would like to thank you for listening to my reasons why the library is so important and for my plan to bring it to the focus of the forefront of our students and teachers' educational environment. I appreciate your time. Thank you.